Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin, and welcome to a very, very interesting video today. You know how this season we've been talking a lot about off the ball work rate. Why is it so important for Enzo Maresca that not only you're good on the ball, technically you're sound, but off the ball, you've got to be equally combative. You've got to win your duels. You've got to win those second balls. You've got to press hard. You got to cut off those passing lanes. Now, this is a cracking video, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very, very good breakdown of how things proceeded against Aston Villa, how we pressed. I believe it's Alan Shearer. Obviously, we're going to listen to it very soon. It's Alan Shearer who does this analysis. This is honestly a fine piece of analysis that shows how we set up off the ball. That also indicates and gives us, reasons as to why certain players start for Chelsea Football Club under Enzo Maresca, and what Enzo Maresca is looking for in the players when we don't have the ball. This is why we need to understand exactly what is required from an Enzo Maresca player at Chelsea Football Club. So let's check this out. You guys are going to be blown out of your mind. And look, I know we all watch the game. I know we see it live, all of these things. But when things are broken down into bits and pieces, it does make it a lot more interesting and a lot more consumable, basically. So let's check this out. Chelsea versus Aston Villa. We're going to pause every now and then to discuss the matter more, but let's go from the top.
Relentless in what they did. And I love Palmer's reaction here. If you just watch Palmer here, look at him telling everyone, urging everyone.
See, this is brilliant from the get-go, how Alan Shearer talks about Cole Palmer basically instructing and guiding the press. Why is the press so important? We don't want to allow the opposition to just seamlessly build out from the back and just have their own way willy-nilly and come into our half. We want to make it very difficult for them to come out of their blocks if they want to play out from the back, unless if they want to go direct route one football, then that's a different type of tactics. But these days, majority of the teams want to hold the ball and they want to play out from the back and then break through the middle and then basically attack. So this is why pressing as a unit, you can't just press as an individual. This is why, as you can see in this screen, Cole Palmer is instructing exactly where things need to go, and they're basically following suit. And as the clip goes on, you'll see how important Nicholas Jackson becomes as well. And this is why we need to understand that when we criticize certain type of players, or Cole Palmer, he's not been good, this, that, the other, he's very important to the entire piece. Nicholas Jackson is very important to the entire piece, and so on and so forth.
Everyone, get forward, get up with us, and go and press. Come on, follow us up to the.
Even Nicholas Jackson pointing follow
of the pitch.
And look how Nicholas Jackson quickly, hones in on Martinez, and then Martinez only has one option because he was covering from the left. Martinez only has one option, as Enzo Fernandez over here had already cut off the passing lane. So he had one option to go there, and watch what happens now. Once Aston Villa only has one option to go there, watch how everyone just hones in.
Is the trigger. So when he goes, the rest of the players know. And what he's able to do is, and keep this team fresh, is because he's changing, or he's playing a different 10 or 11.
I mean, this is sensational, man. The way we honed in, and Aston Villa players still found a way to get, and this is what's going to happen every now and then. You're going to have teams that are going to be able to still break through, but you've got to make them work, and you've got to make them have that unforced, like forced error, basically forcing them into an error. So Aston Villa, as you can see, goes wide, but we still have a player honing in on that wide side. I believe that is going to be Moses Caicedo, I believe.
from European games, from 10 changes from the other night when they played.
And check this
Aston
out.
Villa are not able to do that, and you could certainly
Look
tell
at
this
the
afternoon
press.
that
Look at the intensity
Chelsea were
from
fresher
every
than
player.
them,
Look
and
at
as
Palmer
I said, they
running.
were
Look at
pretty
Neto.
relentless.
Look at you've already seen. Already you have seen how hard Palmer just worked off the ball. This is why people. This is the brilliant part. Being able to sit down and looking through. Players like Palmer, players like Enzo Fernandez now in the last couple of weeks, and Nicholas Jackson, we've already known. It's so easy to see how important these guys are to the whole setup and how hard they work off the ball. Who would associate working hard with Cole Palmer? But this clip had shown, and Neto will now blow your mind exactly why Neto plays. Well, now he's starting to play in the Premier League, and why he is playing in the Premier League, and why others like your João Felixes, your Nkunku, your Mudryk, they're not getting the game time. It's because you've got to work like a dog like this. You have to work like a dog to win the ball back. Look at this from Neto.
I mean, look at Neto's attitude here. He doesn't win the first one, but he never gives up when he gets that ball back.
That's sensational how Neto just didn't win it the first time, went in again, won it the second. Like, it really demoralizes the opposition when they aren't able to get out from the back seamlessly. When they do get out from the back, then everyone swarms in and wins the ball back. It demoralizes the team. It demoralizes the opposition because the opposition just gets overwhelmed. They really do, because they can't seem to get out, and they're coming up against a team that is so relentless in terms of work rate. This is why it's important. You've got to be great on the ball. You have to be good, and that's a non-negotiable. But you've got to be equally great on the ball as well. As I said, this is why certain players are not playing, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we need to see these clips and figure out, can some of the players that are not playing, can they do the same type of job? Well, they have to, but they're probably not there yet, or maybe just a bit incapable of doing so at this level.
And to have someone who's
Look at
prepared
that
to
structure.
do that.
Beautiful
But
structure
then
as
they
well.
retreat, and I
Look at this,
mentioned
the trigger.
Look,
The trigger
when
happens,
he goes,
and then Enzo. Look at
they all
Enzo.
back him up. They all then
Look
go
at
another
Sancho.
15 or
Like,
20
this is
yards
brilliant.
further
Even
forward.
Sancho is
The pitch is
pressing
a lot
well.
smaller, it's a lot condensed.
Lavia pushes forward and wins the ball.
Villa into wherever they want them to go.
And again, the
as
counter
I said,
press.
they were absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is sensational. Honestly, the press, the counter press. What do we mean by counter press? When you press and somehow they're able to, squeeze out, we win the ball, but then they win it back, and then we counter press to basically get the ball back. And that's exactly what has happened here, where Romeo Lavia, you saw him screaming through. This is a fantastic clip. We need to watch it again. We need to watch this again. We'll go from the top. There you go. So first of all, the structure is immense. 4-1, and then you've got 5 at the back, right? Obviously, that 4-1, you've got Romeo Lavia on that right side, and then Caicedo far right off the ball. He was a right back, right? And then Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia right there. You can see the two here, and that far right player is Caicedo. Let's check this out clip again. You've got Neto, you've got Cole Palmer, you've got Jackson, you've got Sancho right there. Every single one of them are working so hard.
When they retreat, and I mentioned the trigger, look, when he goes, just watch what everyone else does. They all back him up. They all then go another 15 or 20 yards further forward. The pitch is a lot smaller, it's a lot condensed, and they pull Villa into wherever they want them to go. And as I said, that they were absolutely superb at it. It just didn't give really Aston Villa.
Sensational. You saw at the end how we just won the ball back. Cole Palmer wins it. And as I said, do this on a regular basis against most teams. I'm telling you, you will break teams down. You will literally get them so tired and so knackered that they'll just be broken down. Winning the ball up front like that will also create a lot of problems for opposition, because they will not have the numbers available. Their forward players, they'll have to retreat back quickly. This is why teams will soon need to do things a bit differently against Chelsea. Either they sit back a little bit and try and hit us on the counter and really just sit back. And if they really want to go toe to toe, well, good luck. We'll either press the living daylights out of you, or if you are trying to build up and you're trying to play high up the line, we're going to hit you in behind. 100% will get you in behind with our pace, with our ability to build up.
The chance to get into the game. This is the last minute of the game. They're 3 up. Wow. Nothing changes. Nothing at all. Exactly the same thing happens. That press. So for a team to do that for so long in the game, even in the last minute, is impressive. And he's got them playing some really good stuff.
Sensational. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, even at the last minute, even in the 90th minute, the level, the intensity, the structure doesn't change. And this is why kudos to Enzo Maresca, man. Honestly, kudos to him too. I'm very surprised how quickly we've picked up the structure, the philosophy, his instructions. Multitude of things are, thank God, is falling into place. One, players are determined to do well because 2 years of suffering, they've had enough. They want to do well. Two, you've got a gaffer that is very smart, that does his homework and exactly knows how to suffocate and penetrate the opposition. And three, to execute. It's one thing understanding, but to go there and actually execute that. I'm starting to see this same vein of form and same vein of intensity, even when we completely switch things up in the conference league as well. The B team tries to follow suit. Yeah, they might not be able to execute it at the same way, but those B team players are slowly picking it up. Obviously, we don't want to see the entire B team play in the Premier League. This is why majority of the A team players will stick around and some players from the B team will come in whenever it's required. For example, the upcoming match against Southampton, it's going to be very, very essential that we have some form of rotation. Not every single one of these players can play every single minute in the Premier League, especially when games are coming thick and fast. So I'm blown away by how quickly we've picked things up and how good we look. Obviously, we need to see consistency. Obviously, we need to ensure that our players are kept, injury free. Already, we've got an injury with Wesley Fofana. Injuries to key players does hamper the whole structure. But it's clear to see why certain players are starting, why Nicholas Jackson starts on a regular ahead of Nkunku. Nkunku will need to emulate that in order to start for Chelsea. If he can't do what Nicholas Jackson's doing, honestly, it'll all fall apart. Now we see why Cole Palmer starts as well. People criticize he needs a rest. He needs to take a break here and then. No, he's important. We see why Pedro Neto plays. Now we're starting to see why Enzo Fernandez has become important. Romeo Lavia, Caicedo, so on and so forth. It is truly amazing what's going on, and I hope it continues that way. I hope Enzo Maresca keeps building the players up like this, and we go different levels, and we see where the season finishes, man. Right now, we're very much in the thick of things for the top 4 competition, but let's see what happens till the end of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought about our press off the ball and our, structure to cut off passing lanes, our counter press, winning the ball up front. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about that video? In the comment section, let me know. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya. Bye.